and welcome to Miss Mac's Book Bag. I'm Miss Mac, and on this show we hope to share our love of reading and hopefully spark a love of reading for you. On today's episode, we have a very special book that we'll be reading together. The story we have today is called May I Sit at Your Table, written by Grace Wolfe and illustrated by Samuel J. Gross. It's about a girl named Abby and of what her life is like being deaf. Through the story, we learn how to help others feel included. We hope you enjoy May I Sit at Your Table. In the small town of Sunwoody lived a wonderful little girl named Abby. Abby was deaf, but that did not make her any less curious or excited about the world. Abby did not use her voice. Instead, she had a superpower. Her hands could talk. Abby could twist, twirl, and move her hands and fingers in different ways to show her thoughts and feelings. It was magical how Abby used these movements to create words. This special way of talking is called sign language. Abby went to a nearby elementary school where there were no other deaf children, and no one knew how to sign. When people were talking, Abby had to closely watch their lips move and guess what words they were saying. This is called lip reading, but it's very hard to do. Even though it was hard, it was important to Abby that she attend the same school as all the other children in her neighborhood so that she could learn and make friends. The school was a place full of joy and laughter, especially at lunchtime. This is when all the kids gathered around tables to eat sandwiches, share their stories, and enjoy their friends. Abby did not have fun during lunch. She always sat by herself because no one ever invited her to sit at their table. The children simply did not understand why Abby did not talk or seem to hear things. She did not laugh at their jokes or join in their games. They thought she was different, and so they left her alone. One day, after returning home from school, Abby could no longer hold in her feelings. She burst into tears, letting her parents know how alone she felt, especially at lunchtime. Abby's wise parents lovingly sat her down to give her some advice. They told her to be brave and simply ask her classmates if she could sit with them. The following day, Abby walked up to a table full of kids with a hopeful smile. She signed, "May I sit at your table?" and pointed to an empty seat. The entire table looked at her, their faces full of confusion. They did not understand her hand movements. Some of them giggled, others just looked away. No one invited her to sit with them. Abby ran out of the lunchroom, ashamed and embarrassed, with tears streaming down her face. At home, Abby shared her painful story with her parents. They hugged her tightly, reminded her how loved she was, and said they felt awful for what happened to her. Even with her parents' comforting words, Abby kept replaying the horrible events of the lunchroom in her mind. She felt hopeless and thought that she would never have any friends. Abby was so upset that she did not want to return to school the next day, and her parents allowed her to stay home. Back at school, an amazing teacher named Miss Baker had watched the entire lunch scene unfold. She saw Abby's brave attempt to join the children and the hurtful way they had reacted. Miss Baker knew that she had to do something. That evening, she studied as much as she could about deaf culture and sign language. Abby was not in school the next day, and Miss Baker understood why. She gathered all the children for a special lesson. Miss Baker started by telling them about people who are deaf, like Abby. She explained how they use their hands to talk with sign language. She showed them how to sign words like hello, thank you, and friend. Miss Baker also explained that during class, she made a special effort to face Abby and to speak more slowly so that Abby could read her lips. Most importantly, Miss Baker taught them to be accepting of someone who is different and that everyone should be included and treated nicely. After this lesson, the children felt sorry that they had made Abby feel so excluded, and after school, a group of them got together to learn as many words in sign language as they could. The next day, at the encouragement of her parents, Abby returned to school. During lunchtime, Abby walked into the lunchroom and sat alone, just like she always did. But this time, something amazing happened. A group of her classmates came up to her and signed, "May we sit at your table?" Abby's heart filled with joy as her new friends sat down to join her. From that day forward, Abby always had a welcoming place to sit and friends to share her lunch with. Each day, Miss Baker taught the class a few more words in sign language. The kids looked forward to these lessons. They practiced with each other and even tried signing with Abby. When talking to Abby, they also took special care to face her and to speak slowly. The next time you are at school and you see someone sitting alone, remember Abby. Do not be afraid to reach out and include them. Even the smallest act of kindness can make a big difference. In the end, Abby's story is not just about how to thoughtfully treat someone who is deaf. It is about understanding, accepting, and including everyone, no matter how they communicate or what makes them different. The end. That was a very special story. Can you think of someone that you could help feel included? We're so happy you could be here with us today for May I Sit at Your Table. That's all we have. So join us next time for another fantastic episode of Miss Mac's Book Bag. And remember, keep shining bright because you are a light. Goodbye.
A special thanks to author Grace Wolf for letting us read her book in today's episode. If you'd be interested in purchasing the book for yourself, you can find it on Amazon.
If you are an author and have a children's book you think would be great for Miss Mac's Book Bag, contact us at the email listed, and we would love to consider you for a future episode.